Hello everyone, this is NS Altars, and today I'll be showing you how I painted this Muldrotha the Gravetide border extension altar. So on cards like this, where the background is quite bright, the name in the text box has a lot of contrast, so it's kind of nice to just paint around it, and then you can get a really clean looking name box there. So just using my pick to scrape off the letters after putting the neutral gray background on. And although we're pretty careful for the rest of the job to paint around the letters, I do actually come back multiple times and clean up the letters, especially at the very end. Now that we're working on color matching the sky, it's very important when painting clouds and other things like skies that you just work in lots of little layers, blend things together, go nice and slow, and make sure your paints never really dry out while working. This gives you a lot of control for blending, but let's just skip ahead because that video was really just me going over the same places over and over and over again. The finished sky here looks a lot nicer. So moving on, we can color match the mountains. Now you always want to go kind of from background to foreground. Not only does it's easier to paint things on top of other things, but it also helps you work with depth, work with colors. So these chains sort of coming off the ground, they're like a light gray, and that tone really pushes them into the background. Next up, kind of just filling in the bottom with a dark color. We're going to put more details down there later. But in order to give us a nice smooth surface to paint on, we're using watered down paints, and then they'll dry nice and flat without brush strokes visible. While it dries, we can add in this little tree and some other details like the grass in the swamp. So now that the art of the card is essentially done, let's add some flair. So we're gonna put in some branches across the bottom. Now, I'm mostly trying to copy the style of branches that are in the tree in the art, but you can also just go look up some gnarlwood and get some really good reference photos for inspiration. I'm putting in some green across the bottom there to sort of bring the tones from Muldrotha into the bottom. A nice like dark swampy water. And now that we have the black of the branches all blocked out, I'm going over with some initial gray highlights, and then I come back in with lots more details, different shades of brown, kind of just painting in the texture from the bark and getting really wispy with it. Putting in like a mud texture, so the watered down browns, making the text box nice and dirty, but also putting in shadows behind the branches so they really stand out. Last step, as always, is just to sign the initials. And we're done. And there it is. One Muldrotha the Gravetide, ready to generate insane value. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Or if you want to see me alter a specific card, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.